Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Welcome to the Rise of the Tamils channel. It's been a while since I published any videos. I was really busy, so that's why I could not talk to you all. But let's get into this video today. Today we are going to ask an important question. You know what that question is? What is Dravidam? So does anyone know what the word Dravidam stands for? Now that's what we are going to get into this video today. For each and every word in Tamil, there is a meaning to it. And that is how Tamil words have always been constructed. And Tolkapiyam actually mentions it that for each and every word in Tamil, there should be a meaning. So the question begs, what does the word Dravidam means, right? I mean, there are so many inscriptions in Tamil, close to a lakh of stone inscriptions in Tamil. There is Sangam literature which has been written thousands of years ago. But unfortunately, none of the stone inscriptions in Tamil or Sangam literature mentions the word Dravidam. So, if it is not mentioned in Sangam literature, if it is not mentioned in the stone inscription, then where did the word Dravidam come from? Now, this was a question that's been boggling our mind for a while. So, we went and tried to find some answers, and what we found out is going to actually enlighten you with some of the cheating that's been going on in Tamils for a long time, in Tamil Nadu for a very long time. So, where does the word Dravidam comes from? Whenever we read history, it is imperative that we always go to the root of the word and find out where this word comes from. You should always go to the etymology and find out where this word comes from. So, the Dravidian movement spearheaded by E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar, they actually got this word from a book written by Robert Caldwell in 1875, and the book's name is A Comparative Study of the Dravidian or South Indian Family of Languages. This is the resource from where they coined the term, where the term Dravidam was coined, and that was used by E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar of the Dravidian movement. So, let's go to that book and look at page number 4 and 5 on what the author says. This book was written in 1875 by Robert Caldwell, a Jesuit missionary who was in Tamil Nadu, who's specifically in Tirunelveli. So he wanted to compare the South Indian family of languages, and he wrote a book about it. In this book, especially in page number 4 and in page number 5, he clearly says that he borrowed this term Dravidam from a controversial Sanskrit writer of the 7th century AD. The author's name, who actually said the word Dravidam, was Kumarila Pattar, a Sanskrit writer. So, Robert Caldwell cites Kumarila Pattar from 7th century AD, a controversial Sanskrit writer, and he says that he loaned the word Dravidam from Kumarila Pattar, and that is how he's going to call Tamils going forward. But is this right? This is a question that needs to be asked. So, what is the meaning of Dravidam? So, the meaning of Dravidam is something that is not very clear to any one of us, because the word Dravidam appears in Manusmriti. Unfortunately, I don't know Sanskrit. So any Sanskrit scholar who watches this video can give us the meaning, but it says Kambojana Shaga Dravida and other stuff in Manusmriti, and it says Dravida is someone who's a Kshatriya but was degraded into something else. So that is the meaning of Dravidam according to Manusmriti. So if you actually look at it, there are so many stone inscriptions which says Tamil, Tamilar, Tamil Nadu. There are so many words in Sangam literature which says Tamil, Tamilar, Tamil Nadu, but none of them talks about Dravidam. But the Dravidian movement, spearheaded by E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar, took this word from a Jesuit missionary who came to Tamil Nadu to do work, and they actually named Tamils as Dravidam. So look at the cunningness in this. Now, let's look at another example and see where does this word Dravidam come from. This book is actually called as Tamil Studies, written by Srinivasan Iyengar. Now, Srinivasan Iyengar is a Brahmin, and he actually wrote this book somewhere in 1900s, like 1910s or 1915s. In this book, in the second page of the Tamil Studies book, he clearly mentions something. He says, Tamils should never be referred as Dravidas. It is us, Brahmins, we should be referred as Dravidas, because we have been using the word Dravida for a very long time, and Tamils were always called as Tamils or Tamilians, and they never used the word Dravidam. This comes from Srinivasan Iyengar in his book Tamil Studies. In page number 2, he clearly explains that Dravidam is something that should not be used to denote Tamil people. It should never be used by Tamil people, and it should be used only by Brahmin people. So Arjun, the question comes now, right? If Dravidam is actually a word that is used to denote Brahmin people in South India, then the Dravidian movement, they are saying they are against Brahmin dominance, and they are, that is what E.V. Ramasamy Naik had said. Don't you think this is an oxymoron? That is exactly why this, video we are talking about all this information. Because if you really think about it, they should have named us as Tamil people, because for centuries, for a long time, for thousands of years, we are always called as Tamil people. We were never referred to as Dravidians. But when the Tamils were enslaved after 1500 by the Vijayanagara lieutenants who came here and subjugated us, they wanted to create a new term for Tamil people after India got independence. So what they did was, they used this word Dravidam from Robert Caldwell. If you don't believe me, let me give some more examples and cite some more examples for you to understand easily. So in this book, Tamil Studies, Srinivas Iyengar, a Brahmin by himself, he clearly mentions that there are two types of Brahmins in India. One, panch-dravida Brahminas, panch-dravida Brahminas. The other one is panch-gauda Brahminas. Now we are not going to go into panch-gauda Brahminas, but what do you mean by panch-dravida Brahminas? 5 states of India, Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh at that time, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, they were all combined. So 5 states of India, any Brahmin who resides in these states, they are called as panch-dravida Brahmins. Now you understand, right? So anyone who resides in, any Brahmin who resides in Gujarat, Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh included, Tamil Nadu and Kerala included, they are called as panch-dravida Brahmanas. So if a Brahmin who resides in Gujarat is called as panch-dravida, then why are Tamil people who are living in Tamil Nadu for thousands of years should be referred as Dravidians? That's a really good question, right? So how can I give more evidences to this? Now let's look at some of these websites which are actually run by the panch-dravidas. You can look at this website which was created for Kannada Brahmins who are living in Tamil Nadu. It is skdbassociation.com, and they are saying South Kannada Dravida Brahmins. So South Indian Brahmins who are living in the Panch-Dravida states, they are still calling themselves as South Kannada Dravida Brahmins. If you don't believe me, let's go look at a Dravidam matrimony. There is a matrimony just for Dravidian people who are none other than South Indian Brahmins. They themselves are calling themselves as, we are South Indian Dravida Brahmins. So if you look at all the examples, if you look at all the inscriptions, if you look at all the text that cites these evidences, it is clear and evident to us that anyone who lives in South India and is a Brahmin, they are called as Panch-Dravida, and Tamils were never called as Dravidians. So why did this come into picture? That's a very good question. Now let me cite one more example for you. We all know Adi Shankara. He was the first Shankaracharya who came from Tamil Nadu from 8th century. Shankaracharya called Trinyana Sambadar, one of the divine people, divine Brahmins who wrote Devaram and Trivasam, the divine hymns of Lord Shiva. He is from 5th century, and Shankaracharya, who lived in 8th century, called Trinyana Sambandar as Dravida Sisu. Now we all know that South Indian Brahmins are referred as Dravidam, and Sisu means a child. So Shankaracharya called Trinyana Sambandar as a Dravida Sisu. Now we all are clear, it is clear and evident, and it is cut and dry that any Brahmin from these 5 states, they are the ones who should be called as Panch-Dravida and not the Tamil people. Now if you don't believe me, if you actually look at the cricketer Rahul Dravid, his last name is Dravid, which means that he is from a South Indian Brahmin, and that is why they are carrying that surname of Dravid. If all this information seems true to you, then the question comes, then why are Tamil people addressed as Dravid? Is it coming to you? Now let me give you one more example. So there are two, if you actually look at a language, the language actually comes from a proto-language, right? So for example, English and some of the European languages, they all came from German. Although it is German language, but when they originated from the German language, they wanted to give the recognition to German language, so they called themselves as proto-German language. If you actually look at it, there was a language that existed from which German, English and other European languages came into existence. So in order to recognize German language, because it's the father who gave birth to all these kids, they call it as proto-German languages. If you come to Tamil Nadu, you can see that there was a language from which Karnataka, Kerala, Malayalam, Telugu and other languages came. You know what that is called as now? They are called as Dravidian family of languages. Now we don't know what the meaning of Dravidian is. If these languages, the European languages are called as Proto-German, then these languages should be called as Proto-Tamil languages. But why is that the word Dravidam came into picture instead of Proto-Tamil? This is a perfect analogy, right? German language, Proto-German language from which German, English and other European languages came. Proto-Tamil language from which Tamil, Kannadam, Malayalam, everything came. But they wanted to hide that evidence that Tamil should not get that recognition, and they coined it as Dravidian. So this Dravidian ideology is used by Telugu chauvinism. The Telugu people, the Telugu chauvinist people who subjugated Tamil people for 500 years and are ruling us in disguise, cheating us and destroying the Tamil culture, heritage and everything by showing E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar's face in front of us. E.V. Ramasamy Nayakar, who is not a Tamil, he was the main reason for the destruction of Tamil language, culture and heritage. Now if you don't believe me, let me give one person as an example. You see this guy, his name is an MP from Madurai. His name is Su Venkatesan. He is from the Communist Party, Marxist Communist. If you look at him, he will always come and say Tamil is the greatest language in the world. If he comes to North India, this is what he will say. Tamil is the greatest language in the world. We should be proud of Tamils, right? But when they were excavating Keeladi, one of the archaeological sites, he came to Keeladi and he said, Keeladi is a Dravidian civilization. Do you know why? Because Su Venkatesan is not a Tamil, his mother tongue is Telugu. In order to hide his identity, he uses the word Dravidam. But when he comes to North India, he will say, we are against BJP and RSS. The way these people cheated us in the history of mankind, I don't think anyone was cheated like how Tamils have been cheated by for the past 500 years and especially in the last 50 years by these Dravidian rulers. Now, let me give you how they are using Dravidam as a shield to protect them and how are they using it to their own advantage. So, in Karnataka, if you look at the Karnataka Council of Ministers, how many are of Tamil ethnicity? 0. If you look at Kerala, how many ministers, Kerala ministers are of Tamil ethnicity? 0. If you look at Andhra Pradesh, how many ministers are of Tamil ethnicity? 0. But if you come to Tamil Nadu, if you look at our Council of Ministers, how many ministers are of Telugu ethnicity? Close to 10 or 11. Can you believe it? Out of the 34 Council of Ministers, around 10 to 11 ministers are of Telugu ethnicity. That is more than 30 to 35%. So my question is, how many percent of Telugu ethnicity is in Tamil Nadu? Only 6%. Now you know why the word Dravidam is needed for this Telugu chauvinists to destroy and to subjugate Tamil people even in 2025. Now we are all clear that Dravidam is not a Tamil word. Tamil people should be addressed as Tamil people, and anyone who wants to address himself as Dravidam is a Telugu chauvinist who is hiding his identity from Tamil people and cheating Tamil people. Let's talk more in other videos. Thank you.